And hello, we are back for another week of Business Learning Lab. This time, Meredith, we're talking about raising your rates.
Yes, very scary topic for so many people.
So scary. I love this topic though, because we've worked with so many business owners over the years, and there are a lot of things that business owners are resistant to doing in the course of growing their business. But the one that I think I see business owners really digging their heels in about is raising their rates.
Yes.
There is a lot of fear and resistance. And of course, that fear stems from not wanting to lose the clients they have. And also, they don't want to repel potential clients.
Yes.
But Meredith, Meredith. You were excited about this topic. So I want you to kind of I want you to kind of deliver your perspective on this and to give us a starting point.
So, coming into this topic, I used to be one of those people who believed in competing on price and have it be a lower price and have more people and work less hard to bring in each person was how I thought of it. And then started working with you, Jen, and you started pushing me to reframe how I understood my services, just everything, right? You've always had a much better money concept and approach to pricing. So, but in what we've learned, what we have learned, and you've confirmed for yourself, is that when you don't compete on price, which means you don't think you have to be the lowest or the equal price to the majority of the market, that's not the way you're going to bring in the clients. If you let go of that and instead work backwards from what do I need to make, what do I need to earn to be able to deliver the quality, the content, the service, whatever it is that I need to deliver. And if what you're delivering is meeting your price, there's not going to be any issues. And we have seen that with Move Forward, virtual assistants. When we bought the company, the first thing we did was double. And for some clients, it ended up being almost a tripling of what they had been paying. And we had very little drop off because what we were providing balanced to the price. It made sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to be clear, we're not talking about price gouging. We're not talking about raising rates for the sake of maximizing profit as greedy capitalists. That's not what we're talking about. But we're talking about looking at the kind of business that you want to create and develop. What kind of team do you want to have? And to get the team that you want, what do you need to pay them so that they are attracted to your company and they stick around? What level of services or products do you want to deliver? And again, like Meredith said, what is that price point that gets you there? Obviously, you need to be profitable, but this is not, it's not the only reason you raise your rates. I mean, we're not raising the rates for the sake of being more profitable. We're raising the rates so that we don't lose money. We don't, stress ourselves out, over delivering and all the time, so that we're stressed and we're overwhelmed. I see a lot of business owners, and they are losing money at their current rates.
Mm-hmm.
They're losing money, or their profit margins are so narrow, they can't afford to bring on help. They can't afford to upgrade their systems or invest in their business because their profit margins don't allow for that. Yet when you ask them to entertain raising their rates, no, let's do anything but that. Let's come up with another service, another program, another package that's going to solve the problem. But again,
it doesn't.
Or
it has different problems, right? And I think part of, one of the points in favor of raising your rates is that, generally speaking, then you need fewer clients or fewer sales to reach that same profit you had before. But if you're able to, so let's just using round numbers, right? Let's say you want to make $100 a day and currently you charge $25. So you need 4 clients.
Okay.
Well, how much work do you have to do to get those 4 clients and then to service those 4 clients and maintain those 4 clients to get your $100? Where if you charged $50 or, then you only need two. So it's half as much work, half as much effort for the same outcome. So how does that not make sense? But even more, take it to another level. Oftentimes, the people who are shopping at the higher price point, who are willing to pay the higher price point, are also lower maintenance. So what we have found and what we've seen other business owners doing is they're playing at the bottom of the price point, right? So they're competing on $27 versus $28 versus whatever, per hour for their services, whatever. And they're getting clients and customers who are watching every penny, debating every expense, arguing over every little thing. And so they're spending all this time and effort servicing these clients who, most of the time, cannot be made happy because they are so bargain oriented. That's all they care about is this dollars to cents, and that they feel like they're always being somehow mistreated or mischarged or whatever. And so you get past it, you get to a higher price point, you don't get those people. There's just like, I don't care, just charge me, let's just move on. Like, I appreciate the service. And there's so much lower maintenance.
Yeah. First of all, Meredith, thank you for the math. Like, thank you for that. I don't know that I followed it, but I think that being able to look at the numbers is so important. And I think what you're saying is, what will happen when you raise your rates to align with the services that you want to provide and the business that you want to develop is you will start attracting the right clients to your business. Yes, you will repel some clients, but you want to repel the clients that are not ideal for your business. So, and the other thing that happens, and this is something that we saw recently with Move Forward Virtual Assistants, we came in guns a-blazing to this new business. We had to raise the rates to deliver the services that we wanted to deliver with the quality team that we have in our business. So, at the time, we raised our rates and we were at the high end in our industry. It was going to be hard for you to find an agency that charged more than us per hour. But I told Meredith at the time, it's like I had a crystal ball. I said, I'm not worried about this because I guarantee our competitors are going to raise their rates to us because they're going to look at us and be like, well, if they're getting X amount per hour, we're doing the same thing. We want that much per hour. And sure enough, I went back. I keep a list of all of our competitors and look at it periodically as, just to be aware. And I like to do an occasional competitive analysis. And every single one of those companies raised their rates to where we are at or even above. So we're not even the most expensive one anymore. And that happened in less than 6 months. So anyway, that's just to say that don't be so afraid of being more expensive than your competition because you can be the price leader in your industry. Again, we're not talking about price gouging. We're not talking about profit for the sake of being greedy capitalist jerks. We're talking about building businesses that align with your values, are profitable, and can provide you and your team a livable wage, and be sustainable, and determining the rates that will get you there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that, again, so like now we're no longer the most expensive. So, but we are charging what we need to charge to do the things we want to do. Mm-hmm. So we don't have to run right out and immediately raise our prices, even though if we wanted to, mm-hmm. we would have even less resistance than we did the first time we did it. But which is another reason to not compete on price, to not have that be your differentiating factor in your business marketing, because it's always going to change. And then you don't have to, it's not about, are you at the bottom? Are you at the top? It's like, you're doing what you need to do and you're justifying your price. So it's not, you're not gouging, you're not whatever. You're providing a service that is commensurate with what you are charging. And you don't worry about other people. You just worry about yourself.
Yeah.
Do what
Absolutely. I would much rather race to the top than race to the bottom.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Because the more you discount your rates, the more you make exceptions to your pricing, the more you price down because you are working from a place of fear and you would rather have any client than no client. Or more clients rather than less clients.
Yeah.
Well, then you are devaluing your business. You're not going to be able to pay a team what you need to pay them in order to attract and keep them. And you are going to end up basically donating your time to support these clients because they're not going to be paying enough to pay you. So it's just, it is a bit of a math problem, but
Yes.
it's also, a business development problem. You need to, as a business owner, be very confident in the direction of your business and determine what business it is that you want to run. And
Yeah.
everything else kind of starts making sense after that. Then you can plug in the right numbers. Then you can develop a team. Then you can add on more services because you've got this piece correct. And you're attracting the right clients, and those right clients are going to tell you what else they need from you.
Exactly.
It's so much fun.
And what we have found with both Sparent and Move Forward is that the clients who can't pay or don't want to pay, for whether it's because they don't have the budget or their mindset won't allow them to go to the top of the market, we're better off when we've lost them. It frees up time for, like you said earlier, that you're going to bring in the right clients. They were always the highest maintenance clients. Now they're gone. Either another client who is comfortable with the price point comes in and is great and helps us grow, or they don't, and we just have that space, so we're not like
Yeah,
whatever.
absolutely.
But it always works out. The market has a way of adjusting itself.
And I think one thing that I've seen other business owners struggle with, and I think both of us have struggled with this as well, is that particularly service-based businesses, which is kind of our jam, we want to help people. We want to provide services. We want to help people. I wish I could help every woman business owner grow a sustainable business. But the fact is we can't. We can't help everybody. And we can't get the ideal outcomes we want for clients that are not a good fit for us, right? So for us, when we charge a certain price point, we're attracting a client that's at a certain point in their business that aligns with the services we provide in order to get the outcomes that we desire and that they need. If we attract clients in a different, part of their business, one, they can't afford, our current services, but they're not actually ready typically for our service. Not only can they not afford them, but they can't afford them for a reason.
Right. Good point. Yes.
And that's very specific to us, but I think it probably translates to a lot of service-based businesses.
Yes, that is a very, very good point. I'm glad you brought that up because it's a whole, run with the people that you want to, or, that are going to lift you up, right? That have the same mindset as you, which is another way of saying that. Like, just you want to charge a lot, and you want the clients who want to pay a lot, not a lot, but you want who are going to pay more, who aren't going to be looking for the discount and the, bottom of everything. And they're going to help your business grow too, not just by giving income, but those are the people you want to be around.
Yeah. And those clients that, can't afford you today, it doesn't mean they're not going to be able to afford you tomorrow. So there are things that you can do in terms of keeping your pipeline robust. So, from us, maybe it's like some freebies that talk about like some business fundamentals when they are in that stage of their business that will help them move forward and get closer to the point where they are ready for our services or for your services. Like, how can you get them there? Can you produce something that, can be used over and over again, has some real value, educational value, so that you can propel that potential client that's not ready for you or not ideal for you and get them there. You can't always, but I think at least for us, there are clients that aren't ready for us today, but they will be someday. And I want them to think about us and remember us when that day happens. And we've seen that happen. I've had discovery calls like 2 years ago And in fact, yesterday I had a discovery call with a woman that I had a discovery call with 2 years ago. Well, now she's in a completely different place. And, you know, and there's some really great possibilities with us working together. So it's
That's awesome.
important not to just, we're not just discounting people like, oh, you can't afford us. Go away, you paupers. That's not, that's not how we're approaching it. You do want to, foster that pipeline of those clients if it looks like, maybe not today, but someday they would be an ideal client.
Absolutely. So
I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I made my
I think
point.
so.
Okay.
I think so. But then again, we're kind of have one brain at this point, so who knows?
That's so true. It's so true. Anyway, so that was the topic of this week's business lab. I would love to know your pricing problems.
Yes.
If you're having a hard time, raising your rates, but you need to. We would love to unpack that with you. I think it's a fun problem to solve, and getting past the mindset garbage. If that's the reason you're not raising your rates, we can definitely, get the dump truck, get the trash truck, I guess, get the trash truck and take out the mindset garbage so that you can run a viable business.
Yes.
Charge what you're worth.
That's right. That's the bottom line.
Bottom line.
Charge what you're worth.
We just bottom lined it. This could have been, 2 minutes. One line could have been one line. Anyway, thank you again. These topics are here because we have learned these lessons the hard way, and we are hoping that not so many business owners have to learn the hard way.
Yes.
And hopefully we can save you some trouble. Please follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube. It's under Jen and Mer. That's JenAndMer on YouTube. We don't have a lot of subscribers as of the date of this recording. I'm not ashamed of that, Meredith.
No, I'm not either.
We are just cranking out the content here.
We are.
This will be our legacy, our library of wisdom. Anyway, but we would love for you to subscribe to us on YouTube. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. Really. Just one click. One click.
You can also find us on TikTok at the same Jen and Mer. It's a little more having some fun, but still some content and similar stuff in there. So
I mean, to have a serious business doesn't mean you have to take business seriously all the time.
There you go. I think that's our next book.
Well, you gotta get the first one done too. Okay, thank you, everybody. We will see you next week. Bye. Bye.